Cowboys play the Rams, the 225 game on Sunday on Fox. Cowboys are actually a 4.5 point underdog in this game. Biggest keep, you got to neutralize 99. Can't let him have a day. They need to find a way to run the ball because, like we said, when they played Washington, 29 carries, 62 yards. That's not going to do it against a good team like the Rams. They have to find a way to get Pollard going also, who had his worst game of the year, eight carries, 6 yards. And the one thing I will say on both sides of the ball, or I guess I shouldn't say both sides, but on the defensive side of the ball, I expect Micah Parsons, that pass rush, to be effective and get a couple of sacks on Stafford and cause problems for him, which the O line on the Rams has not been what it was and what won them the Super Bowl last year. And on the and then as far as receivers go, is I I think you shade Cooper Kupp, you put a safety shade over Cooper Kupp, and then you make everybody else beat you because as this is proven, the Rams just don't seem interested in running the ball this year, which they is why they won the Super Bowl last year, is because they still were effective at running the ball and were a run first team. But they don't seem interested. Akers is a shell of himself. Daryl Richardson isn't the answer either. So I think the Rams are in that Super Bowl hangover spot where it's a lot of games that's kind of wearing on them. Stafford had a off-season surgery. This Rams team isn't the team we thought they were going to be going into the season.
They suck. That left tackle spot's just killing them.
Yep.
With Whitworth retiring.
Well, and to your point, they need a number two receiver because over these last two games, what is Cooper Kupp? I think I saw was it 14 receptions or maybe it was 14 receptions the other night, and the other receivers on the roster have 2.
Yeah. Well, they just paid a lot of money to Allen Robinson, and he hasn't done anything.
And I tell you what, they're missing Odell Beckham Jr.
and Robert Woods.
And Robert Woods. I think Sean McVay and Les Snead, they bet on McVay and this offense and Matt Stafford. But this is also what happens when you don't play in the preseason. It's catching up to these teams. And they spent, their payroll is top heavy. Jalen Ramsey, Matt Stafford, Kupp, Aaron Donald. Once you get past those, you don't have a lot of money and you don't have a lot of depth on your roster. And like what Ethan said, you lose Whitworth, it's going to catch up to you. And even then, their whole offensive line has just not been good. Stafford's been sacked, I think, on average 4 times in each game. This year, you're going to get your quarterback killed. He's going to go back to his Detroit days where he's running for his life and he can't do anything else. And then also, the Rams defense has missed Von Miller. Besides Aaron Donald, who do they have that's putting pressure on the other team's quarterback? They have nobody. So they have a lot of issues that they need to fix. And I don't know if they can because I don't know if they have the cap space to do that.
Yeah, well, and I mean, Jalen Ramsey is doing his best Tyrann Mathieu impersonation. That's all he's been good for this year, is just sticking his arms out like, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
And they aren't that team. And I think, Grant, both you and I had them winning the West. And I think maybe as the 1 seed coming out of the NFC, that
I had them in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, and Ethan had him in the Super Bowl. Well, it's not looking good, and the 49ers look like they possibly we might have a rematch right now. If I had to decide who was going to be what the Super Bowl matchup was going to be, I'd probably have to say Chiefs 49ers at this point.
I had the 49ers, so let's not forget about that.
Just with a different quarterback.
Just with a different quarterback, yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I like this matchup for the Cowboys. I know they've struggled with the Rams as of late, ever since Sean McVay has taken over. But I think what the Cowboys do really well, the Rams struggle with. I think they'll be able to get pressure, force Stafford into some turnovers that he is known for. Give Cooper Rush in that offense a short field. Hopefully, they're able to capitalize off it. It's a 4.5 point spread in favor of the Rams. I'm 2-0, or actually no, 3-0 actually, picking the Cowboys this year to cover. And I'm thinking I might do that again. So stay tuned on that one.
I don't blame you.
But that's enough Cowboys talk.